Hello, Dr. Vikki Petersen here. Recently I did a video about dairy products increasing the risk of prostate cancer in men. Today I wanted to follow up with another study that followed children, starting as children, and showing that dairy products, when consumed at a high rate, and we'll define what that is, increase their risk of colorectal cancer, so rectum and lower colon cancer in that part of the body. So this was a very large study. It was reviewed in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in December 2007, so it's a few years old, but I wanted to review it because I'm seeing more and more come out about research associated with dairy products and disease, and these don't often reach the front of our newspapers or newscasts on TV because the Dairy Council, quite frankly, is very strong in this country. And before I get into this, I'm not sure if you've recently seen a television commercial, so I'm dating this video a little bit. It is February 2012 as I'm speaking to you, but there is a new commercial on television, and it starts with a cute little boy coming into the kitchen where his mother is because he's had a nightmare, and he's describing the nightmare to his mom, saying there was this monster and it had wild hair and it had big teeth. And as he's doing this, it cuts to the mother opening the refrigerator to pour her son a glass of milk. Now in this particular commercial, it's non-dairy milk. And here it is, the dairy industry making fun of this because the mother is shown to be shaking the canister, the quart of milk, but she's doing it in such a violent fashion that as the child is describing his nightmare, the context of the nightmare and what occurred, they're portraying the mother sort of turning into this monster. Her hair is sticking out and her teeth look wild, and it's positively in horrible taste. I've been serving non-dairy milk to my children, they're now all adults, but forever, and I've never had to shake the container to look like a crazy person doing it. Really not sure what this commercial is trying to say other than, you know, you're somehow evil to serve your child non-dairy milk. Anyway, it was an upsetting commercial, but if you've seen it, you can relate. In very poor taste and just kind of ridiculous in my opinion. However, contrasting to that, here's the truth about milk. So in this study, this was a 65-year follow-up study. These are called cohort studies. So it began in, sorry, I'm looking down again. It began in 1937. This was in England and Scotland, and they took 5,000 children and then followed them, literally what they ate in their household every day growing up, and then tracked their what they died of later on. So it started in 1937, it went through 2005. And in this study they found that high dairy intake in the family, these children consuming it, they were at a 3-fold increased risk for developing colorectal cancer. They defined high dairy intake as anything 2 servings of dairy products and above per day. So 2 glasses of milk or more and 2 servings of dairy, so whether it was milk or cheese or whatever. Low was considered equivalent to half a glass or less of milk a day. So they found this very strong association. Now, this association was independent of what else the diet contained. So they were able to show the association independent of milk intake, vegetable, fruit, socioeconomic status. So these factors were removed and they still saw this correlation. So triple your risk with high dairy intake. So something to really think about, not only just as moms of children, for your children, but for yourselves, for your entire family. This is a study we should really sit up and take notice of. So I'm going to continue to bring these as I run across them. One of our specialties here at the clinic, as you may know, is gluten intolerance and celiac disease. We see a very high correlation with people who are gluten intolerant to be also dairy intolerant, so that's why I'm bringing this to the fore. I really want people to understand their risk profile. These studies had nothing to do with gluten or celiac disease, just simply dairy intake, so I think this is something that's good for all of us to look at, irrespective of gluten intolerance. So I hope this was informative and helpful. Please send me your comments. I do love to hear from you. And until next time, I wish you very good health.